Jai Guruji. Anantam Shukrana Guruji for this beautiful, blissful divine satsang. Shukrana Guruji हमें शिवपुराण पढ़ने की और सुनने की सेवा देने के लिए. Let's begin with the synopsis of last time. Uh, Last time we read chapter 19 and 20 of Umasamhita of the volume 3 of the Shivpuran. In chapter 19, Sanat Kumara explained about the worlds and planets, giving a detailed description about Bhuloka, which is Earth, and the Sun and the Moon, and the other planets and pole stars, and various constellations. He named all the lokas, which included Bhuloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Bhuvarloka. Bhuvarloka in specific is a place where sages with great siddhis stay in form of gods. It's between Earth and the pole star. Then there is Swargaloka, where they're all gods, and Rudras and Adityas and Ashwins that stay there. And that is in detailed description he gave about all the 7 worlds. So 7 worlds, and in the previous chapter he discussed about the 7 nether worlds, which collectively constitute the universe. He also said that beyond the universe is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is the place where Lord Vishnu resides. It's the place where Lord Vishnu shines. Above that is Kaumara, where Kartikeya, the beloved son of Lord Shiva, resides. Beyond that is the lok for Parvati, where Shakti is present, and at the topmost is the Shivaloka. It's the place where the Supreme Brahman or Lord Shiva resides, and there is eternal peace and grace there due to Lord Shiva. There is nothing beyond the Shivaloka. On the sides of Shivaloka is Goloka, which has the mother cows, which are named Sushila, and Lord Krishna is always present there as their protector at the behest of Lord Shiva. In the next chapter, Sanat Kumara also explained that the only way to attain salvation is through penance, and the penance can be of 3 types. It could be sattvic penance, which is the most excellent. This is the penance the gods perform. And then there is Rajasic penance, which is what demons and human beings perform. And one with a passionate end goal is called Tamasic, something with destruction or something for the bad of something. If you do that kind of penance, that is called Tamasic penance. But eventually, it's only Shiva that can grant you salvation and all worldly pleasures. Today, we will read chapter 21, which is the fruits of righteous war, and chapter 22, which is the origin and development of the body. Today, Kritika Aunty will be reading these chapters in English. We do not have Hindi reading. Please enjoy the readings, and if you're also interested in reading, you can reach out to Seema Aunty, Rashmi Aunty, or me, and we can arrange a reading for you. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji.
Jai Guruji. Chapter 21, The Fruits of Righteous War. Vyasa said, Brahmanhood is difficult to be achieved. Brahman is born of the face of Shiva, Kshatriya of the arms, Vyasa, Vaishya of the thighs, and Shudra of the feet of the Lord. So says the Veda. But do people attain salvation from the lower position? Please tell me. Sanat Kumara said, O Kalya, men fall off their status due to evil deeds. Hence, after attaining the high status, the learned man shall preserve it. He who forsakes Brahmanhood and is born as a Kshatriya falls off the status of a Brahmin and assumes the status of a Kshatriya. Due to his resorting to evil, the foolish fellow goes on changing thus. He takes thousands of births and plunges himself into gloom. Hence, after attaining the highest status, one should not err or destroy it. Even in the face of adversity, one shall always preserve his status. After attaining the auspicious Brahmanhood, if a person disrespects Brahmanhood and doesn't differentiate between what could be eaten and what could not be eaten, he becomes a Kshatriya. I shall explain to you entirely that which gives a higher caste, whereby an intelligent Shudra becomes a Vaishya. Being born a Shudra, one shall keep up the duties of Shudra as organized with the due service to the people of the other three castes. By doing this regularly and aspiring for Vyasahood, even a Shudra attains it. A Vaishya who uses his wealth for sacred rites, who performs sacrifices duly, who performs the Agnihotra and partakes of the remnants of food therefrom is reborn in a Kshatriya family. There is no doubt in this. He is born as a Kshatriya by means of consecrated sacrifices with proper gifts. A Kshatriya shall do like this. He shall study the Vedas desirous of heaven. He shall maintain the three sacrificial fires. He shall wash his hands and feet before entering shrines. He shall protect the earth virtuously. He shall cohabit with his wife during the prescribed period after the monthly menses. He shall remain devout and pious. He shall be hospitable to all. He shall fight and get killed in the battle for acquiring facilities to achieve the three aims of life, that is, virtue, wealth, and love, to all the living beings or for the sake of cows and Brahmins. Thus, when his soul is purified by fires and mantras, he becomes a Brahmin. After becoming a Brahmin, if he follows the rules, then he becomes a priest in a sacrifice. Strictly observing his rites, speaking truth, and controlling the sense organs, he derives vast pleasures of heaven. He becomes a favorite of the gods. O great sage, Brahminhood is very difficult to be achieved. It is attained by men who undergo hardships. Salvation is achieved after attaining Brahminhood entirely. Hence, a Brahmin shall be virtuous, which with great effort he shall preserve his excellent Brahminhood, which is a good means of achieving all the aims of life. Vyasa said, O excellent sage, you have mentioned about the glory. O foremost among eloquent, I wish to hear this. Please mention. Sanat Kumara said, those who know the principles, who understand sacrifices and sacred rites, say thus: by performing the Agnistoma and other sacrifices with profuse gifts, one doesn't attain that benefit which is attained through battle. Hence, I shall explain to you the fruit attained by those who maintain themselves by means of weapons. The hero who offers battle, subduing the army of the enemy, attains virtue, wealth, and fame. He achieves the fruit of a sacrifice with due gifts and three aims of life: virtue, wealth, and love. He who faces the enemy, kills him, and gets on the enemy's chariot, goes to Vishnuluka. He who is not defeated in war nor killed in it attains the fruit of four horse sacrifices. He who dies in the war front without surrendering his weapons attains heaven from which there is no return. The king or prince or the general who heroically fights and is killed by Kshatriya attains everlasting regions. He attains as many worlds as the number of his hairs split by arrow in the battle. All of these will be wish yielding and eternal. O Vyasa, both here and hereafter he will have heroic seat, heroic bed, heroic status, and heroic stability always. Those who die for the protection of cows, Brahmins, status, and the master go happily to the other world like virtuous persons. Even a slayer of a Brahmin fighting for his master in a battle and dying there attains heaven, which becomes his permanent abode. The goal realized by the person who dies for the Brahmins, cows, and his master, being killed by a carnivorous beast and tusked beast, is excellent. It yields him extensive and never ending benefits. A man may be competent to perform hundreds of sacrifices, but it is very difficult to renounce his own body in a righteous war. A righteous war is conducive to the attainment of heaven. It is sanctifying. It makes known the multi-faced beauty of a man. This is the case with the people of all castes, particularly so in the caste of Kshatriya. Now I shall explain clearly the eternal virtue concerning war, as to who can be attacked and hit and who shall be spared. Even if a Brahmin well versed in Vedanta doctrine went to attack one violently with lethal weapons, one can fight him in return. He'll not become guilty of Brahminicide thereby. Even a murderer shall not be attacked and killed if he is thirsty and begs for water. O Vyasa, by killing the sick and the distressed, even in a battle, a man becomes guilty of Brahminicide. One becomes a murderer of a Brahmin by killing the sick, the feeble, the child, the henpecked, the misery, and one who bow or bowstring is broken. After considering all this, an intelligent man shall strenuously indulge in battles. He will achieve the purpose of his life and rejoice there and thereafter. Chapter 22, the Origin and Development of the Body. Vyasa said, O great sage, for realizing the worldly detachment, please mention the detailed mode of the birth of living beings and their stay in the womb. Sanat Kumara said, O Vyasa, listen succinctly to the essence of the sacred law. I shall explain the excellent mode of worldly detachment which removes the bondage with the world of a man desirous of liberation. When we cook rice, the process is as follows. In the cooking vessel, the rice and water remain separate. Water is above fire, the rice is above water. The wind slowly blows against the fire beneath the water. The fire kindled by the wind makes the water boil. The rice with hot boiling water all round it becomes cooked. When cooked, it becomes separated into sediment and juice. More or less a similar process takes place in the body. The sediments in the body consist of 12 forms of waste matter. They are split and sent out of the body. The juice matter circulates in the body, men get nourished through it. The ears, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the teeth, the penis, the anus, and the nails are receptacles of dirt secreted by them. The phlegm, the sweat, the feces, and the urine, these together makes up the 12. All the vessels scattered all over the body are joined centrally at heart. All these vessels shall be understood to convey rasa. O sage, I shall mention their process of working. Prana, the vital air, places a subtle imp at the mouths of the vessel, then it fills the entire vessels with lymph. Thus filled the vessel circulates all over the body, then the lymph inside the vessels gets cooked by the fire in the body. There are two modes of cooking. The skin is covered thereby, and blood is produced. The hair of the body and flesh are produced from the blood. The hair on the head and sinews are produced from the flesh. From the sinews, the bones are produced. The nails and marrow are produced from the bones. An alternative cause of marrow, the semen itself, becomes progeny. Thus, the 12-fold metabolism of blood is explained. The semen is secreted from the food eaten. From the semen, the birth of another body is made possible. When the semen unalloyed is deposited in the vaginal passage during the prescribed period of cohabitation, after monthly menses, then the semen blown by the vital wind mingles with the bloods of the women at the time when the semen is discharged. The individual soul with the casual body or unit of sense organs, etc., enters the vaginal passage fully covered and urged by its past actions. The semen and blood in the unified state becomes fetus in a day. In 5 nights, the fetus assumes the shape of bubble, and the bubbly mass becomes muscular mass in 7 nights. Within 2 months, the following parts of the body are formulated in order: the neck, the head, the shoulder, the backbone, the belly, hands, feet, the sides, the lips, etc. Within 3 months, all the joints are completed. Within 4th month, the fingers are duly formed. The mouth, nose, and ears are ready within the 5th month. Within 6 months, the row of teeth, the private parts, and the nails and the orifice of ears take shape. The rectum or the penis of the vaginal passage and the navel too are formulated. Within the 7th month, all the limb joints are completed. O excellent sage, thus the complete child with all the limbs stays in the womb, covered by the embryonic skin. The child increases and develops day by day, taking the food of the mother of all the 6 tastes through the umbilical cord. Then the soul complete in his body recollects all the pleasures and sorrows and everything done by it formerly as if in a dream. I am dead and born many times. In these different births I have seen many type of wombs. This time when I am born and consecrated I shall strive for welfare by means of this body so that I may not have to stay in another womb in future. So thinks the child in the womb. As soon as I am released from the womb, I shall seek Shiva's perfect knowledge that repels all worldly existence. Troubled and tormented by the distress in the womb as a result of his past actions, the individual soul stays there, pondering over the means of liberation. Just as a traveler, surrounded by a huge, impassable mountains on the sides, stands helplessly in his distress, so also the creature in the womb, enveloped by embryonic skin, stays miserably. Just as a man drowning in a sea is very much distressed, so also the child in the womb, completely drenched by the liquid secretions in the womb, is always distressed excessively. Just as a person is cooked and boiled in an iron cauldron by means of fire, so also the child hurled into the pot of womb is cooked by the gastric fire. For him, staying inside the womb is misery, is equal to, nay, more than the misery of a person incessantly purged by means of red hot needles. There is nowhere a great misery than staying within the womb. To all embodied soul, it is full of misery, very terrible and grievous. This type of misery is for the sinners, but those of virtuous intellect take birth within 7 months. Getting crushed in the vaginal passage if within a machine is very misery more grievous than the stay within the womb. O Vyasa, this take place in regard to the sinners and not the virtuous. Just as the sugarcane is crushed in the machine, the sinner is crushed and beaten on the head by the iron club of sin. Just as the gingerly seeds pressed in the oil machine becomes a worthless residue, so the body becomes a waste being crushed by the muscular walls of the vaginal passage. The body in the womb is an inevitable position. The hands and legs are like suspended pillars. Sinews ties them up in various ways. The whole body is smeared with dirty blood and flesh. It is the receptacle of feces and urine. It is covered with hair and nails. It is sickly and an abode of ailments. The only great opening is the mouth. It has eight small apertures like windows. The two lips are like two doors. The tongue is the bolt. For them the body is sick due to its thirst for pleasures. It is subservient to passion and hated and utterly deluded. The various limbs overlap one another. It is surrounded by embryonic membrane, which is with very great pain and difficulty it has to come out of the vaginal passage. It is drenched with urine, blood, and feces. It comes out as from a sheath. It is a mass of skeleton. The bones are 360 in number. There are 500 muscles, and body is covered with 35 million hair. The hair are subtle and gross, visible and invisible. The veins and vessels within the body too are so many in number. The internal secretions circulate within and go out through these vessels. The teeth are 32 in number and the nails are 20. The measure of bile content in the body is 1 kudava. The phlegm is 1 adhaka. The vasa fat weighs 20 palas. Half of that is the tawny matter. The weight of the solid fat is 2.5 tulas and 10 palas. Blood is 3 palas and it is 4 times the marrow. The semen is half a kudava. The strength of the living beings depends on it. A mass of flesh weighs 1,000 palas. O excellent sage, the blood is 100 palas, according to which the feces and urine form 4 handful each. Such is transient abode, the body of the eternal soul. It is impure while the soul is pure. It is generated due to its past actions and their bondage. Jai Guruji, Shukrana.